Well, hello everybody, my name is Roger and welcome to my channel, Rogers Reads. So today I'm doing a little book haul for you. These are a few books that I've purchased in the last couple of months. So the first book that I want to talk about is entitled Slayer. This is by Kirsten White. So all I know about this one is that it takes place in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer world, and that was enough for me. And this book actually just came out and I just got it in the mail the other day, so I'm looking forward to delving into this one. So the next book is entitled A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and this is by Bridget Kemmerer. And this is a brilliant retelling of Beauty and the Beast. And I actually already read this book. I read it the day I got it, and I loved it. You know, I'm a huge fan of Bridget Kemmerer's Elemental series, so I was really excited when she came out with a new fantasy book, and I snatched this one right up. So the next book is entitled, this is a heavy one, it's entitled Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. And this is the most recent George R.R. Martin book in the Game of Thrones world. This takes place 300 years before the Game of Thrones. So I can't wait to delve into this one. And this one also has some amazing artwork. So you get inside of the covers. And then also there's artwork all throughout the book as well. So yeah, this is a gorgeous novel. So the next book that I received in the mail was entitled Company of One by Paul Jarvis. So this is a non-fiction business book aimed at entrepreneurs who run single-person businesses, of which I am one. And I've actually been a subscriber of Paul Jarvis's newsletter for quite some time, and I'm pretty much a fan of his work, so I'm looking forward to reading this. And the next book that I hauled recently was entitled The Silent Patient. This is by Alex Michaelides. This was actually a Book of the Month Club selection and another book that I also just finished. It was about a woman who allegedly murdered her husband, though nobody knows for sure because she never spoke another word after that night. And the story is told from the point of view of her psychotherapist. So yeah, I actually posted a full review of this book on the channel, so you can check that out if you'd like to learn more about it. So the next book in my title is entitled Night Tiger by Yangtze Chu. So this was another Book of the Month Club selection, and this novel is set in the 1930s colonial Malaysia. Now, from what I read, this is a murder mystery that combines a Holmes-esque plot with Chinese lore, and there's mythical creatures and even an evil tiger. So I hope to get to this one soon. So the next book is entitled Daisy Jones and the Six, and this is written by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And Taylor Jenkins Reid also wrote the very popular The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I absolutely adored. So I was excited to get my mitts on this one. This is actually an advanced reader copy, and this one is coming out the end of February, I do believe. So all I know about this one is that it's about an iconic, legendary 70s rock band named Daisy Jones and the Six, and the mystery behind their infamous breakup. So I should get this done within the next week or so, and I'll be posting a review on the channel, or at the very least it'll be in my end of the month wrap-up. So the next book that I hauled recently was entitled The Binding, and this is by Bridget Collins. This one is about people called bookbinders who have the ability to remove memories, such as traumatic memories or memories that cause a person grief or pain, and they remove them from the people and store them into books. Well, I just finished this one, and it was phenomenal, and I'll be posting a full review of this on the channel as well. And this is another book that's absolutely beautiful. The inside cover, but moreover, the outside of the book, the hardcover, is embossed in gold. Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful addition. Okay, let me move this dust jacket out of the way so it doesn't get damaged. So the next book is entitled Graceful Logan and the Goblin Bones. And this is another ARC that I received, advanced reader copy. And the story is set in 16th century Ireland, which is ruled by both man and fairy. Now, our main character is a 15-year-old Grace Logan, and she's forced into an arranged marriage. But Grace does not want to marry. So, when her father is kidnapped, she enters the goblin underworld and becomes embroiled in the world of fairy. So, sounds really good, and I'm looking forward to that. So the next book that I hauled recently was entitled I'd Rather Be Reading by Anne Bogle. And you know what? I cannot find this book anywhere. And I just finished reading it a week or so ago, and I thought I put it next to my bed, but it's not there, so God knows where it ended up. So I'm going to have to pop in an image of the book here. So I'd Rather Be Reading is a little tiny book, and it's aimed at bibliophiles, all about the joy of reading. So yeah, I really enjoyed this little book. So the next book is entitled Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. And this is by, who is this by? That's a good question. I'll give you an author, written by A.W. Jantha and Neil Cuthbert. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of Hocus Pocus, the movie, and I was excited to hear that the sequel was coming out in book form, and I believe that the original story is first, and then the sequel follows. So I haven't read this one yet, but I think I might save it for next Halloween. I think that would be a good book to read during that time of year. So the next book that I recently hauled was entitled No Exit, and this is written by Taylor Adams. And this was another Book of the Month Club selection. And this is about four strangers who are at a rest stop when a woman notices a kidnapped little girl locked in a stranger's van. So from what I understand, she then has to unmask and outwit a vicious psychopath in order to save the little girl. And oh, there's no help anywhere for miles. So I have not read this one yet, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. So I should be posting a review of that in the coming weeks as well. Fingers crossed. So the next book on my list was entitled Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. And this was actually an ebook ARC that I received, and I'll just put an image of it right up there. I've already spoken about this quite a bit on this channel. I've done a full-on review, and I've mentioned it in my wrap-ups. But this is the explosive conclusion to the Winter Nights trilogy, an intriguing tale of myth and magic taken from Russian folklore. And this has become one of my favorite series. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Oh no, that is book 3 in the series, by the way. So the next book that I hauled was another ebook, so I don't have a physical copy, and another ARC, and this was entitled The Past and Other Things That Should Stay Buried, written by Sean David Hutchinson. And this is his most recent book, and it follows a young man named Dino, whose parents own a funeral home business. So Dino's ex-best friend July dies suddenly. So imagine Dino's surprise when he's downstairs in the basement working on July's makeup, preparing the body for the funeral, when all of a sudden she comes back to life. Except it's not really back to life, as she has no heartbeat. She's dead, but she's not. And hijinks ensue. And yes, I already read this one, and I will be posting a review of it on this channel. But yeah, another favorite by Sean David Hutchinson. And the last 3 books that I picked up was a box set. And this was the first 3 books in the DC Icon series. And these are Wonder Woman Warbreaker by Leigh Bardugo, Batman Nightwalker by Murray Lou, and Catwoman Soul Stealer, and this is by Sarah J. Maas. Now, the fourth one in this series, called Superman, is coming out. It's supposed to be out, I believe, in March. So I actually already have that one on pre-order. But I've been meaning to get the set, and I thought, well, since I've already got Superman on order, this would be a good excuse to get the first three in the series. And I already read the Batman, Nightwalker, by Murray Lou last year. So I just have Catwoman and Wonder Woman to read. I'm going to try to get to them actually this year, hopefully. But yeah, eventually I'm going to have the whole set. So there's only one more to go, but I don't know how many more are going to be in this series. I think they're releasing one a year at the current time, if I'm not mistaken. So that is it for my book haul. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support. And as always, if you like this video, I really appreciate if you click the like button below, as that really helps my channel out. So that'll do it for this time. I will talk to you in the next video. Roger it out.